Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. This article comes to you guys from 9 to 5 Mac. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So, T-Mobile today is still the leader in 5G speeds, but Verizon is closing the gap very quickly. AT&T is catching up too, but they're still behind. But Verizon is closing that gap fiercely and quickly. Now, T-Mobile must take certain steps now to defend their position. That's what they've talked about for a long time now, having the balance sheet to defend their position. I've heard that several times now, and whatever that is, they need to activate it now. If that's getting more sites up to par on backhaul, whatever the case is, they need to do it now, because the N41 is at scale. Let's face it; they had a 2-year head start where they spent higher amounts of money to get it deployed quicker, and then the third year they also spend like 13, almost 14 billion to get this deployed. It's at scale now, whether you want to realize it or not. N41 is on a lot of sites, if not all sites, and that's what they planned on. That's how they planned it. That's what they came up with during the planning period, and then they just executed, and now it's here. It's at scale. It's over 300 million pops, and they're at 287. Verizon's at 224, and Verizon still has like 40, maybe even 45 million pops to go to scale C-band before they even reach T-Mobile scale. And you can see how close they are. So something doesn't add up. So T-Mobile they got to do something. They got to add a ton of small cells, more macros, backhaul, whatever it is they need to do, they need to do it. The gap should be much wider on the median speeds based on the amount of gap that there still is on the scale. But it's not there. So Verizon, as they continue deploying through these rural areas and they get to 260, 270, 280 million pops, and then as they get closer to 300, they will close that gap and they will surpass T-Mobile. I spoke with a few people last night. We did some math. We looked at some projections. It's going to happen. So T-Mobile needs to get into that defense mode, and they need to use that balance sheet to defend their position, because that's the only way they're going to maintain that leadership. And that's something that they hang their hat on. So they're very big on the speed lead. So whatever they need to do, and they can see these reports well before the public. Matter of fact, they might get them daily, these reports. So whatever they need to do to get the lead back and maintain it, that's what they need to do. They can see the individual markets where Verizon has surpassed them, and it's quite a lot already, I'm told. In the top 25 markets, Verizon might be faster now in all of them. So T-Mobile has their work cut out. They enjoyed the leadership with a large gap for a while now. Now it's closing. And I hope that T-Mobile is not just going to sit back and enjoy the lead that they had, or that they still have. Right? You can't get lazy. You gotta keep working. You gotta keep planning, and you gotta keep investing. Now I know they're investing, but I think now they're investing more to closing the coverage gap, and they might not be so focused on speeds anymore, and it shows. They still have a lot of sites that need to be put on 10 gig circuits, that need to be provisioned to multi-gig backhaul. That is work that matters. It's not just deploying the radios and the sites and the N41. The backhaul work matters too. And then, of course, further densification. Now, T-Mobile is in a position where they say they don't need it. They already have a very dense grid. I mean, if that is the case, so be it, but they still need more. Those sites are getting filled up by the day. New wireless users, new FWA users. I mean, they're already having to do address verifications. I mean, that's clearly for a reason. You're not just going to give up money for no reason, because that's what they're doing. They know, they've known that these customers were at an address that wasn't qualified, but the network has been able to handle it, so they've been taking the revenue. Now they're cutting them off because the network is starting to hit higher utilization rates, and they need they need help, and that's the fastest way to help the network is to get rid of those customers. So they're losing revenue in favor of helping push capacity to the site. So all of that is happening right now. Verizon is closing the gap. They're on T-Mobile's tail. T-Mobile knows it. Verizon spends more, aggressively more, and now we have to wait and see what T-Mobile does to defend its position. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.